consideration in the build-up to this whole final, that we don't put all our eggs in one basket, but by the same token, it's a final. When the whistle blows, everybody out there fighting their best to try and win it. So whatever team we put out, it'll be a team very capable of going and doing that job, and we're looking forward to giving it our best shot. You know, it's a game now against probably our nearest rivals in the league, so sometimes a bit of bragging rights there as well, and so we just got to take it all in our stride. I don't want to get too hyped around it, but by the same token, it's a final which we would really like to win.
Just on the back of that, is there a different approach to finals for this as opposed to league Premiership games?
Well, I think so. You know, league campaigns are over a big stretch. 38 games. You're plotting and planning all the time. Sometimes you're looking at grounds that you have to go to, how you maybe have to deal with the conditions of the pitch, etc., even the dressing rooms. Lots of considerations around the team selections and how you win football matches. Whereas the cup games are one-offs. They're games that you can sort of express yourself. You can just take the shackles off, have a go at it, enjoy it, and try and do your best. You know, and oftentimes that's the way cup finals work out. You just get on with it, and everybody will be relaxed. There'll be a wee bit of focus on the game. We'll get the boys in early. We'll do the whole build up as we always do to cup finals. We'll go for something to eat and get a bus up and all that. Just make it a little bit more special for the boys on the day, and get ready to play a big game of football.
Yeah. The venue's been a mixed bag for Crusaders as far as cup finals go. We've won one, the League Cup, and we've lost one, the County Antrim Shield 3 years ago. Does the venue make a difference?
It's a hard one. You know, a lot sometimes can depend at this time of year. You're in first week of February. You could have snow on the ground. You know, high winds, rain. A lot of that can sometimes come into play in the winter games, where the cup finals in the summer are just that wee bit different. But look, it's a cup final, so it doesn't really matter for me where you play it. Ballymena Showgrounds is a wonderful setup they have there. It's a great stadium now. So there's no excuses around the venue. You just get up and play it and get on with it. It's not difficult.
Taking you back to the build up to getting us to the final. Larne away, winning 2-0, Glentoran away, winning 2-1, and PSNI here at home, winning 4-2. Do you think that's been these type of games? You've blooded the youth in the competition. Is this vital for the future?
I think some of it maybe backfired on me. The kids done that well. The amount of envious eyes that have come to look at our young players has been telling. We've already lost 2 of them to Glentoran, so that was maybe a little bit disappointing, because you're blooding those young players at maybe 18, 19 years old and thinking, you know, let's see them in competitive football matches against good teams and see where they're at. And it gave us a really good barometer where they were. So it's been our way now for the last 2 or 3 years is looking at the games that we talked about earlier, the opposition you were playing, and seeing what type of opposition can we play, and can we nearly look after one of our 2 of our first team players who've got knocks or injuries, and because the campaign is so long, and the amount of games they play, and we see the injuries that come to you after a game on a Saturday, and for 2 days, 3 days, the ice bags are on knees, on backs, on ankles, hamstrings, you name it. And that can sometimes be the little thing that we have to juggle, and sometimes the fans will, well, we're not playing the strongest team, but if you're going to be successful in certain areas of the game, then you have to give yourself the best chance, and that's why we blooded these players. So 1, you're getting to see your good young players, and 2, you're getting a chance to rest 1 or 2 of your senior boys and seeing how far we go. And I've been really pleased with the effort. We won that night pretty well at Larne. I think it was Andy Mitchell got the 2 goals, and then the result at the Oval with the young team was phenomenal that night. Really gave me a buzz. The young players doing so well that night, and then we see off the PSNI, and that came in a busy week, because I think the week after that we maybe had Coleraine in the League Cup quarter final, and Sammy's in between a couple of very important league games. and we went up with another younger team up to Coleraine and narrowly lost on penalty kicks. So lots of positives for me around all of this, and you have to prioritise your competitions, and so this is a big plus. Being in a final, nobody needs a lifting, and it doesn't matter whether you're playing for an Egg Cup or a County Antrim Shield. You're playing in Linfield. It's a big final, so we'll treat it with a lot of respect.
The County Antrim Shield was the second senior trophy you won here as a manager. Is every trophy a sweet moment, or does it get better with each one?
I think they're all very sweet moments. Winning, the euphoria of winning anything is big moments. Obviously, the size of the competition can maybe make it even sweeter. To win a league championship for me is 3 times better than winning any other cup competition. Winning an Irish Cup would be next to that in the order, if you like, and then then you've your League Cup and your County Antrim Shield. And the reality of all of this here is you're competing for 4 trophies. There really is 4 trophies to play for all the clubs, and so winning any trophy is fantastic. You ask any other club, they'll say, "Give us a trophy." Some of them haven't won them for years and years and years and years. To win a trophy is just the bee's knees. We've got into that groove at the moment of trying to compete for the very top trophies, and that's good. It's good for us as a football club, but I always said, in years gone by, I want to be competing in semi-finals, finals, and chasing league titles, and we've got ourselves into that position at the moment. So it's important that we continue to drive it. So yes, it'll be an ultra sweet moment if we can do it again, but we'll take it on our stride.
The last time we won the County Antrim Shield was obviously 2009, 2010. Beat Linfield 3-2 at Windsor Park. We lost our next final, 2013-2014, against Linfield, beaten 4-1 at penalties up the showgrounds. So this third battle is like a trilogy. As we've spoke about all weekend with Cardiff-Frampton, the battles between Linfield and Crusaders have been epic lately. Do you see this happening again?
I do. I think there's very little separating the two teams at the moment. I think Linfield have improved in the last 12 to 18 months. They've got very strong. They've got a big, competitive, strong team. Their defence is very solid. They've got quality midfield players who can pass it and pick a pass. Jimmy Mulgrew's an exceptional player, as is Stephen Lowry, and then they've got that fox in the box Andy Waterworth who's scoring for fun at the moment, and loads of other good players. But those are at this moment in time they're standout boys, and they're doing exceptionally well. I think Roy Carroll has brought a lot to him. I think that might be the little difference in them in the last 12 months has been that he has brought that experience and organisation to them, and they're conceding very few goals. So I think they've much improved, and that was even from the Irish Cup, because Glenavon beat them in the cup final last year, and Glenavon were probably just that wee bit better than them at that stage. But that has really swung now, and Linfield are really pushing on now and doing very, very well. So I would say the two teams are very evenly matched at the moment. That looks that way to me.
When we played them again 3 years ago, there's, if I've done my homework correctly, 4 of the Crusaders' current squad played against us that night. There was Michael Galt, Michael Carville, Billy Joe Burns, and Philip Roy. They're all now here. Yeah. And they're all the winners here as well.
Well, the involvement of teams is that you have to bring good players and then better players than what you currently have as you try to grow. And we've been doing that now, as you know, for my time here. I think it's going to be 12 years now. So from where we were to where we are now, it's just night and day. And in order to keep the ball spinning and improving, you've got to bring better players. And those 4 that you've mentioned, the fact that we were able to draw them from Linfield to here is a big thing. And keeping them happy and keeping them playing and winning trophies. These players come to win trophies. When you get the really good players in, they're here for success. They're not here to mess about. They want to win, and winning mentality is used to winning at other clubs. So when they come here, they see the opportunity and say, "I can help." and all of these guys have been sensational signings for Crusaders Football Club, and we must continue that to keep pressing for better players and try and put ourselves in finals in the future. But at this moment in time, we're enjoying it all, enjoying the ride, and then we'll see where it all takes us. It's a good ride at the moment.
And finally, just a question for yourself: did you ever win the County Antrim Shield as a player?
I won it probably with, I think I won it with Linfield and with Crusaders. So yeah, I've had my moments in the County Antrim Shield Final. It's a trophy I always enjoy playing in. So yeah, it's one of the bigger trophies. You need a few muscles to lift that trophy. But definitely, there's so much history involved in it. So many people put so much hard work in behind the scenes at County Antrim FA to produce these competitions, and we tip our hat to them for the organisation, the work they put into it. But from a playing point of view, winning football matches and winning trophies is the highlight of your career. The more than you can win, the better. And I have certainly precious memories of the County Antrim Shield.
Stephen, good luck on Tuesday night.
Thank you.